Welcome back to FM Story. In the last episode, we began the Clausura in season 14 in Colombia. We had a bit of a rejig in the in the mid-season break. A few players went out, a few players came in. We changed the formation up, but things started well. Our opening 6 games, we won 5 and drew 1. So without further ado, let's get into the action. We've made it towards the end of September and things have gone pretty well since the end of the last episode. So we ended the last episode with a 1-1 draw against Bucaramanga. We then faced Envigado in Copa Colombia and came away with a 3-2 victory from the home leg. We beat Independiente Santa Fe 2-0 in the league before losing 1-0 away at Deportivo Pereira, and it was a pretty shocking performance all round in that game. But we bounced back with a 5-1 victory against Cúcuta Deportivo. We then drew 2-2 in the second leg of the Copa Colombia quarter-final against Envigado to go through 5-4 in aggregate to see us into the semi-final, where we've been drawn against Inter de Palmeira. We then won 2-0 at home against Águilas Doradas before drawing 2-2 at home against Atlético Nacional, where we had to come from behind twice in that game. And again, it was a pretty poor performance all in. But up next, we've got Atlético de Cali. It should be a pretty straightforward game, hopefully. They're down in 17th in the Clausura with 9 points from 11 games. We're currently joint top, ahead of Atlético Nacional on goal difference with a game in hand, which is this one against Atlético de Cali. And we've got the rest of this Clausura to go. Obviously, the Copa Colombia. Really, the main aim is to build a squad for next season, because we need to try and win the Apertura next season. We've already won the Clausura. And we're actually going to have to rebuild the squad a bit in the off-season, because we've got 3 players in on loan who we probably won't be able to get next season. We've got a couple of players leaving at the end of the contract as well that are going to be pretty tough to replace as well. So really, we need to do a bit of a scouting job for the rest of the season, as well as perform as well as we can in these competitions. So this is the side we've picked for the away trip to Atlético Cali. Niagu is out injured. He failed a fitness test. Carvajal, who is by far and away our best centre-half, is struggling fitness-wise just through the amount of games he's played. So Canosa has come into the back 4 for him. Puerta's come into the midfield in place of Niagu. And we're going to carry on trying Sarmiento off the left with Rubiano through the middle, because our options on the left have been hampered by injuries and fitness issues. So we're going with the 4-2-4 that we've played throughout the Clausura. They're going with the 4-2-3-1. What we found with the game against Atlético Nacional is that despite not having as attacking philosophy as we had with the 4-3-3, we were conceding more chances in that game against Atlético Nacional. Angulo with a corner into the near post, and Sadlock's header was straight into the keeper's hands. Angulo with a throw on Negredo, back to Canosa. Now Angulo into Rubiano. Angulo to Sarmiento. And then we've lost it. They've run all the way back into their box with it and then lumped it up the field and got a flick on. Puerta wins it back, looks for Sarmiento in acres of space on the left-hand side. He crosses to the back post. Bel Alcazar, who is unfortunately one of the players that is leaving at the end of the season, rises highest to head home. Just a bit more direct. Cross to the back post. Bel Alcazar gets up. The fullback doesn't get off the ground. And that's 1-0. Free kick for them. There's an option on, I mean, if they've been caught offside there, that's ridiculous. But that option was on. 2 of them there. None of our players on that side of the pitch. Oh. I mean, they are only just onside as well. We are half-time 1-1, and we are not performing, really. We've gifted them a goal with that sloppy defending from that free kick, but there's not been an awful lot of any other note for us in this game. Right, at half-time, we've switched the formation back to the 4-3-3. We've made a change. Rubiano's come off. Cardoso's come on in the centre of midfield. And hopefully that can inject a bit of life into the performance. Right, Ruiz, who's come on at right back with a throw. Sadlock into Cerveleon. Perez, long ball over the top, looking for Negredo, but it goes straight through to the keeper, who then lumps it upfield. And we've got it at the back, though, and go back to Molina in goal. Sadlock, Belalcazar, infield, Negredo, back to Perez. Now Sarmiento, can he get the ball square? Oh, he's caught inside. And Cardoso's effort goes over the top. We do look a bit more solid playing with Perez as a half-back in front of the centre halves, but Canosa header, it's cleared off the line. Back out to Angulo, but nothing comes of it. Angulo with a throw. Puerta finds Angulo. Sarmiento. And there's Cardoso to tap it home. That's 2-1. And we do look better with this formation. I mean, it didn't work in the semi-final stage of the Apertura. That's why we went away from it. But it does make us look a bit more secure with Perez dropping in between the 2 centre halves. Right, Afia with the corner, up in the air. Sadlock's gone down, and it looks like the referee might have given a penalty here. He's given it. Carvajal, centre half, stepping up to take the penalty, fires it home. It's 3-1 and should secure the 3 points now. It's not been the most convincing of performances, but we've certainly been better in the second half once we switched the formation. And there we go, full time, 3-1. And yeah, an okay performance, much better in the second half. But considering we're playing against a team that was 17th, it was a very disappointing first half. We're now approaching the end of October. We've got a game coming up against our former club, Junior, who are at the moment struggling to make it into the semi-final stage of the Clausura. League-wise, since the Atletico Cali game, things have gone well. Unfortunately, we are out of the Copa Colombia. The 2 legs of the semi-final were the next 2 games after the Atletico Cali game. We were basically missing our first choice goalkeeper, our best centre-half, and our best attacking player in Molina, Carvajal and Sarmiento, who were all the way on international duty for both legs of the semi-final. We we drew the first leg 0-0 at home, and then just really didn't turn up in the second leg. Lost it 3-1, and saw us crash out of the Copa Colombia in the semi-final. But then we immediately had into De Palmira again in the league. We ended up with a late winner from Negredo before Cerveleon. Perez got himself sent off, securing a 2-1 victory away at Inter de Palmira. We then won 4-0 at home against Once Caldas, and in the most recent game we've won 2-1 against Deportes Tolima. We are guaranteed a spot in the semi-final stage at this point. No one from, we can't finish ninth or lower. So really, it's just about making sure we have a bit of form going into the semi-final stage without having completely exhausted all of our players. And so we head to our former team. We've made one change. Andre Ruiz has come back in at right back. Portela is now suspended from the number of yellow cards he had. And hopefully we can put in a decent performance. Gone back to the 4-3-3 that we switched to in that game against Atletico Cali. And by and large, it seems to have paid off since then. Molina with a goal kick for us. Sarmiento picks up the header from them and then gives it away. And now they're looking to attack. Gallard, who we brought to junior, was the one bringing it forward. Perez goes back to Molina. And he just lumps it down the field. And they've gone back to their goalkeeper, who also goes long. Sadlock wins the header. Puerta turns, finds Negredo. Belcazar. And Negredo left it. Menezes tries to lift it over the keeper, but he only succeeds in lifting it over the bar as well. Right, Carvajal with the ball at the back. Finds Perez. He strides forward with it. Belcazar finds the runner Puerta in the box. His cross is blocked. Belcazar runs into the box, fires it through a crowd of bodies, past the keeper. And that's 1-0. So Puerta does well with the run. His cross is blocked, and then Belcazar just runs across the edge of the box, finds a bit of space, fires it through the bodies, and finds the back of the net. Sadlock out to Angulo, who goes back to Molina. Perez is helped on. Negredo finds the run of Puerta. 2-0. And the change of formation, certainly league-wise, definitely seems to have produced a bit better form. I mean, it's 2 goals in a minute there. That one was pretty direct, just basically passing forward through the middle. Puerta made the run and finds the back of the net. Right, corner for them. Gallard to take it in towards the middle of the box. It's headed back to him. Gallard with a shot. Molina makes a great save. And it goes out for a throw-in. And there we are, half-time, 2-0 up. Just need to not do anything stupid in the second half. And probably take a few players off to give them a bit of a rest. Right, we made a couple of changes down the left. We've moved Sarmiento through the middle, brought Garcia on the left wing as he's coming back from injury, and we brought Barrio on for Angulo at left back as well. And now they're looking to attack that space. In fields, and thankfully it was a very wayward shot. Right, they do seem to try to attack down that right-hand side now. That we made the changes there. Sadlock cuts the ball out. Garcia heads it on. And now they're in behind Barrio. And Molina stops Gallard from scoring against us again. Corner into the near post. Sarmiento gets his head on it. And then they fire it high over the top. Another corner for them. And this time they've not scored. At the near post, we have kind of dropped off a bit. They've had more of the second half. Again, they're attacking on this right-hand side. Ball into the box. And we've got away with one there. Bad defending at the back post. It's come off the woodwork. And then they've headed the next cross wide. And then Molina goes long. They've gone back to the keeper. Murillo wins a header. Garcia gets back to win it. Goes back to Molina. Out to Ruiz. Over the top, looking for the run of Rubiano. Off the underside of the bar. And then Garcia's header hits the post and goes straight into the keeper's hand. And there we go, full time. I mean, when you look at the match stats, it looks like we've got lucky there. I mean, we've won 2-0. We were pretty decent in the first half, but the second half, we seemed to invite them onto us. And I don't know whether that was the substitutions, because a lot of their attacks did come down that side where we made those 2 substitutions at half time. And there we are, the end of another episode. We're rapidly approaching the end of the Clausura, at the end of season 14 of this save. I think the last couple of games, last 3 games of the league stage, I think it's a chance to play a completely rotated team. We're guaranteed to finish top, and it would give us a chance to rest some key players before the semi-final stage, so that we're not running on empty once that kicks off. And hopefully we can go back to back and win the Clausura like we did, where we came from nowhere at the end of last season. Join us next time to see how we get on. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.